When it comes to shooting, we have a lot of options for lenses to choose from, especially the sharp lenses. But if you want your videos to look cinematic, you have to go for cinema lenses. Basically lenses made specifically for video. But hold on, they're quite expensive. And what if I told you that a cheap vintage $60 or 5,000 rupee lens can basically give you the same results? Welcome to my vintage lens review. This is the Vivitar 28mm f2 vintage lens. But first, why use a vintage lens? So firstly, the vintage lenses have a very soft highlight roll-off and also a softer image overall, as opposed to modern lenses which have a very sharp digital look to it, which is actually great for photography but it's not good for video, especially if you're looking for that cinematic film look. These also cost a lot less compared to the cinema lenses while having almost all the same characteristics. And so what are these characteristics? Well, firstly, it has the film halation effect. This is when the highlight spreads beyond the proper boundaries, also known as the bloomed highlights effect. You cannot get this with modern sensors unless you're using a cinema lens or a vintage lens. And then there's the chromatic aberration, also called color fringing, which happens at the edges of the frame, especially in the out of focus areas, giving a film-like character to the image. And thirdly, this lens reduces the digital sharpness of the modern cameras and make it look much more cinematic. And finally, there's the flaring. I won't talk much, just see for yourself.
I don't understand it, somehow I didn't see. It took me far too long to realize.
So where can you find this lens? Well, I got this from Etsy, where you can basically find a lot of these lenses. Just make sure to check the seller ratings. Once you get this lens, you will also need a lens adapter for whatever camera mount you have in order to adapt this lens to your camera. But the thing is, every lens has its cons. This one is a manual focus lens, which is probably the only con that I could find for this lens. But honestly, this lens has a very artistic look and character paired with the fast f2 aperture, which is really great for low light situations. And with proper camera movements paired with this lens, you can make any scene look cinematic and film-like. More on that in this video. See you on the next one.